for the Big Hot Story!
Good morning, TruWonder. My name is Kelsey, and it's time for the Big God Story. I've been thinking a lot about all the things we've been learning about God and how God rescued his people out of slavery from Egypt and was going to bring them to a new land to live. Remember last week we learned that the people had to travel for 40 years in the desert, and then finally God led them to the new promised land. Well, after the people entered the promised land, there was a lot of work to be done, but God was with his people and wasn't going to leave them. Do you guys remember last week how we learned about a new leader that God appointed? His name was Joshua. Joshua loved God and always followed whatever God told him to do. And God was with Joshua and with his people. He didn't leave them alone, not for 1 minute. Well, one day the Israelites were in a battle. Every time I say battle, we're going to put our fingers together like this. Let's give it a try. Battle. Good job, friends. Well, one day the Israelites were in a battle, fighting against some people called the Amorites. Can we all say that together? Amorites. Good job, friends. God's people were doing very well in the battle, but God wanted to show them that he was the one who would win the battle for them. What do you think he did to show them that? Have you guys ever heard of hail? Hail usually falls out of the sky, and usually it's the size of a pea, which I don't have one here, but I do have a picture. And sometimes it might be the size of a dime. And sometimes it might be bigger, like the size of this marble. And sometimes it can be really big. It can be the size of a golf ball. A golf ball is really big, and it's a chunk of ice dropping on you. If it hit you, it would really hurt. Well, God sent a big hailstorm to help the Israelites during the battle. Wow! So the battle continued, and God's people fought against the Amorites throughout the day. Joshua looked around and could tell that night was coming. And if night came, it would be dark. What would happen? There weren't lights back then, right? They wouldn't be able to keep fighting in the battle. The people wouldn't be able to see, and they would have to stop and wait till the morning. Joshua didn't want to wait. Joshua wanted to finish this battle. So, what do you think Joshua did? He prayed. He prayed to God and asked for God to give him the victory over this battle. What does that sound? I think we've come to the wardrobe of wonder and our what's it. It's the sun. How could God help Joshua win this battle if it was getting dark? Joshua asked God to make the sun stop. How do you do that? You know, friends, we don't quite understand, but we do know that the Bible says that God answered Joshua's prayer and stopped the sun so they could win the battle. Isn't that awesome? Well, God was with his people, the Israelites, and they were able to defeat the Amorites and win the battle. That's because we know that God listens to us, right? God listened to Joshua. God listens to us when we come to him with things that we want or things that we desire. God is always listening, and we can always talk to him. Isn't that good news? Well, I really enjoyed this unusual story about hail and the sun not setting, and I hope you did as well. And we'll see you next week for the Big God Story. Goodbye.